a stunning spot. If you've ever got an opportunity to come to Killarney, come. Hello and welcome to the next episode of my photography vlog, and today you join me in the beautiful Killarney National Park, and I've come along here to an area called Derrycunaghy, and at Derrycunaghy there are some beautiful waterfalls, beautiful cascades, and today I'm going to be all about talking in relation to waterfalls. It's a stunning spot. If you've ever got an opportunity to come to Killarney, come. It's been raining all day. I've come here because the waterfalls now as well are flowing. They're flowing quite well. I've seen them flowing a lot harder, which makes things more difficult when you're going to shoot them, but today it's perfect. It's been raining all morning. It stopped. The forecast was going to stop. It stopped right at the forecast, which is great. So I'm going to travel along here. I'll give you a look at some of the waterfalls as I travel along, but it's going to be a beautiful day. I think I'm going to get some lovely shots as well. It's overcast. There's no major highlights to be able to deal with, so yeah, I'll crack on here and we'll go exploring together and let's see what we can find. I'm set up here now for my first shot. As I've come along, I haven't gone that far actually here to the base really of this big waterfall that I have, Derrycunaghy Falls. And I'm going for a portrait shot because I want to be able to capture the depth that's going the whole way through, right from the big boulders that are here. There's a lovely old log as well that's stuck in the waterfall here in front of me, I think, which kind of leads your eye right through, right to the top scene then as well, where we have the waterfall above that as well. And as I said, I'm going for a portrait orientation. I've got a couple of things that are in here. So I have my Lee little stopper, which is going to give me 6 stops of extra light. That allows me to do a long exposure and be able to have some movement in the water. And I have a Lee 0.9 soft grad, and it's there to just contain the sky. Even though it is grey, there's a brightness that's appearing right above the waterfall area. So it is quite difficult to be able to balance that. And looking at that at the moment, I'm varying exposures, anything from 6 seconds to 8 seconds, and I'm doing an experiment now at the moment. I'm on 13 seconds. So what that's going to allow me to do is capture the water as it's flowing all the way through the image. It should really drag your eye through the image as well itself. And as always, I'm focusing 1/3 into the shot. Actually, I had a question or a comment on one of my videos where I mentioned I'm focusing 1/3 into the shot. And the reason for that basically is at the F11 that I'm at the moment, like I would have done in the previous episode talking about depth of field, I'll link to that here. But the reason I go from 1/3 in is because it allows then everything before that and then after that into infinity as well to be in focus in the shot. A lot of people can do focus stacking if they want to focus on something in the front area and then the back area and combine it later. I prefer to try and capture it all in camera in one go. There's nothing right, there's nothing wrong. Some people frown at this. I don't. It's very simple. Whatever you're comfortable with when taking your own photos. So that shot there now has come through, and it's nice, but I'm actually not happy. I'm going to move slightly further on down here. There's too much of the foreground, these rocks that are below me are taking too much of the frame. So I'm going to move a small bit further here. I'll take another shot, and I'll show both shots actually, this one and then the one as well that's going to be closer. Okay, now the final place actually on this trip, which is going to be here. I'm at the base of the main falls, as you can see. The sunlight is fading quite quickly. We're around 15 minutes, I think, until sunset. So this will probably be, like I say, the last spot that I'm going to shoot. But what I'm looking at here is so many different waterfalls within a waterfall within a waterfall. So there's some lovely flows of water coming over a couple of the rocks that are up here. There's some nice trees as well that are lining either side. You've got some nice movement in the water coming down here in front of me. You've got a flatness in the water here, and it's giving me a nice opportunity as well to kind of give a flow through the image and give a nice ethereal feel as well with the different exposure times. I've got my Lee little stopper still on, and what's allowing me now at the moment is to get 30 seconds of exposure. So for that, the water will be flowing through the sensor, the shutter will be open, the sensor is capturing all the data. The water will be flowing through, so the sensor is capturing each pixel of the water moving. That's where you get the movement and the ethereal effect of the water. And then the rocks are static, obviously, so that stays the same. There's very little wind as well, so I'll aim to try and get some detail out of the trees that are here. And I'm going to try and pick out a number of different shots from this one set of cascades. Never been here before. I was here today to record an episode of my In the Landscape Photographer Profile series with Terry Macsweeney. If you haven't seen that, I'll link to that here, but that was a great interview with Terry, and he kind of opened me up to this area here. I've been to many other areas, but I've never been to this spot, and it is quite nice, even though there's no colours because we're still in the winter period of time. There is some beautiful trees and some nice compositions as well that will happen here. So from Killarney Falls, thanks very much for watching the episode. As always, if it's your first time on the channel, I'd really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button, give me a like, give me a comment, see if anything that I would have said in this episode has helped you, what images you liked, or anything that you'd like to see me include in any of my future episodes of this photography vlog. So from Killarney National Park on a grey and dull day where the light is fading, thanks very much for watching, and slán go fóill.